Stay focused on your priorities. When I tell you that's a life sentence, it definitely is. Stay focused on your priorities. I'm a mother of four, three adults, one still at home, and that is my biggest regret. My biggest regret is not being fully engaged with my children, not being there with my children, just 100% in their upbringing. I'm telling you, those 17, 18 years go by so fast. They go by before your eyes. And like now, I wasted 17 years with a job. I couldn't take off holidays. My seniority was so low. But guess what? I was able to pay the bills. I was able to keep a roof over their head. I was able to keep food in their mouth. Don't you know that whole 17 years I never received any food stamps from my children? Not one time. I worked. And you know what my kids remember about during those times? They only remember that I didn't make it to this school for this. I didn't make it to this game. I didn't make it for that. My grown kids, that's all they remember. Yeah, of course, they don't remember, the hustle and bustle of me having to pay for an aftercare, having to pay for lunch, Them kids don't remember none of that. They don't remember that at all. I had to pay for lunch for 3 kids. They ain't get no discount at lunch. Not at all. And I had to do it. I had to, make it. I was so prideful. I didn't want to be on social service, and I was proud of it. I ain't on nobody's social service, but I had to go to work. I couldn't miss work. I had to. And so because of my pride and because I didn't want to reach out for additional help, so I didn't have to work those long hours. I didn't have to work weekends. I didn't have to stay at a job that required me to work on every holiday, again, because my seniority was so low. I stayed and I dealt with it. And I just missed out on things. So, yep, I missed out on trips. I missed out on activities. I missed out on holidays. I missed out on family events. I'm telling you, when you work at the airport, I was working for TSA. They open around the clock. For 3.5 years, I was put on overnight shift. So you already know what that was about. I worked all night and I slept most of the day till it was time to go back to work. My days off, I'm trying to push everything in, and I still slept. Yep. So it was like my life was completely gone those years, and they was my kids' prime teenage years. Now I could afford to get them everything they needed. Yeah, the fathers wasn't in their life, so I was their mother, father, provider, everything, and I did it. And I was proud of that. I didn't need social service. I didn't need this. But guess what? I had lost focus of my priorities. You never get those 17, 18 years back. I keep saying 17, but you never get them years back. You never get them years back. Once they grown and living their own lives and out your household, you never ever get those years back. And so it hurts. It hurts so bad. I'm telling you. So now I let that job go because I refuse to continue to do it. I refuse. My last child, I drop off at daycare by 6:30 in the morning so I can make it to the work 7:30, 8 o'clock. I drop her off. I'm at work all day. She at daycare, school all day. I get off of work, go pick her up by 5, 6 o'clock, and you in that recurring cycle every single day. I couldn't do it no more. So I walked away. And actually COVID helped me walk away. And when I tell you stay focused on your priorities, spending that quality time, which honestly I didn't even know about till COVID, being home. And it was crazy because I was on detail when COVID came. I had already been assigned to a detail that had brought me home. I was working from home, so it was amazing. Then COVID came in, I got more time. My job, after I want to say a year or so, and I remind you, I was with them 17 years, they decided, guess what? Not the job, but that office. Oh, we want you to come back in. And I was like, no, I can't go back to that life. After spending this quality time with my child, getting to know my child, and we got a routine down, I'm involved. I'm watching her online. I'm interacting with her school day, her school activities. We going to the park together. We doing this together and doing that together. I couldn't go back, and I didn't. I put my faith in God, and I said, I'm not going back, and I did not. And now it's been over 4 years. I'm a homeschool mom. You know, I'm attentive and I'm there for my grandchildren. I get to go to each one of my grown up kids' houses and be there. So, no, I can't change the past, but I'll be dead if I'm not going to have a different future. Today is different. Right now, I'm at a child's house with their family, helping them, being there for them. And that's what I want to do now. That's my priority, which it always has been. But, we get caught up in life and bills and, not to go all biblical, but God didn't intend for us to be so stressed out with these bills. And the Bible would say for us God told us to plant food and stuff for our own, to feed ourselves. He told us to build our own homes. We did those things like he said in the Bible. We wouldn't even be worried about nobody paying mortgages and paying bills and doing these other things, that the stresses that man has put on us. So when I say stay focused on your priorities, your family,